Hi, folks. We are here with the Trust for Public Land today in the ESRI demonstration arena. So we are going to talk with Smitty from the Trust. Smitty, welcome to the show. So Smitty, can you give a brief overview on your Trust and why did you embrace GIS?
Trust for Public Land is a national nonprofit that helps conserve open space for public use. The GIS department in there helps communities to help look at their landscape and prioritize the land for various conservation values, whether it's for water quality protection, habitat protection, or recreational use, all determined by the communities there. We deliver our results through web GIS usually. We are also using GIS with our philanthropy teams to be able to show the breadth of work that we've completed across the country, as well as be able to show potential funders where there are current projects and why those projects might be needed to be conserved.
Because GIS is not something that everyone can use, especially the public who has to be shown the work that is being in progress. So how are you using new technologies like story maps for this purpose?
We're currently using story maps with our philanthropy team to be able to get the word out about our completed projects, but also where we are currently working. One of the new story maps we created using the ArcGIS online journal story map template, we brought in web scenes, our 3D maps, to be able to show the public where we've been working and potential funders. So in this particular one, we're looking at Oahu. This shows the breadth of our work. Completed projects are in red and the current projects are in orange. And the user can actually scroll through various projects and be able to see where we've done the work. In some cases, we'll use it to show potential landowners or landowners in the area where they might have an affected viewshed if an area or a property is not conserved, and that way we can then have our philanthropy team market those people to see if they might want to donate to a potential project to help conserve that space so that their viewsheds are not destroyed by development.
Okay, I have a general question here. So when it comes to conserving public land, what are the top 3 challenges that you see and how GIS is helping in those scenarios?
One of the biggest problems we had originally when we would do our green printing with the community is delivering the product to the community so that they could then utilize and see where the high priority areas to conserve were. And that was originally done with static maps and a spreadsheet that had all the parcel information in it and why those parcels might be important to conserve. Nowadays, what we do is we actually deliver our product, our final results, through a web GIS interface that allows users to be able to scroll through the results of the project and the green printing, and then they also are able to click on an actual parcel and get a report that comes back to them with the reason of why those parcels might be important for conserving. So they can look at a parcel, see that it might have important bird habitat on it, or it might have be part of an aquifer recharge zone, or it might be a part of a trail connectivity area that would connect one trail to another trail, things like that.
Okay. Can you talk about any recent projects that you're doing using GIS, especially the web GIS?
So here we have, we just finished up a project on the island of Oahu where we green printed, worked with the community there to determine what their conservation values were and what was important to them for conserving. We modeled that in our green printing framework, and then we delivered the results with a web GIS right here. So if I zoom down in, a potential user could come in look at a given area, turn on the parcel layer, and if they click on a given parcel, what happens is we've got the results from that green print analysis, tells them why that project might be important to their conservation values, but then they can also click on a profile report and actually create a PDF map that would have a map image of that parcel, but then also all the information based behind that parcel. So here we have that parcel report. It highlights the parcel on the map side, and then you have all your results on a tabular format spaced out, showing what kind of priority acres are on that property, what percentage of those acreage are priority acres, for all the different criteria and goals that those folks had for that area.
So how are these reports being used people in the on ground to do the conservation activities?
So we'll have, in a recent use case in Central Oregon, we had a project manager that was approached by a landowner. They needed to sell their property for financial reasons, and they wanted to make sure that it was conserved and utilized for open space. So our project manager came to us. We were able to create a report to them that showed the different priority layers that were on that parcel, and then they were able to go to both the federal government, state government, and local philanthropists to be able to get funding to be able to purchase that parcel and ultimately conserve that parcel.
So do you mean to say that these maps are now being accepted by the public agencies for such activities?
Yes, it is. And it actually was able to get land and water conservation funding. They got funding from the State Fish and Wildlife Department, as well as some local people in the area felt that it was important enough to be able to put money towards that and be able to conserve that property.
Okay. So how are you trying to integrate the cadastral data into your projects? Because cadastral, I find that cadastral is a very important aspect of your...
Extremely important. We've been lucky enough to have a partnership with a company called Parcel Point that has a nationwide cadastral overlay, and so we're able to use that in almost every single project that we work with, and it really makes a big difference in determining where those projects are going to occur.
Okay. Thank you for your input, Smitty, today. All the best.
Thank you very much.